Hello, my beautiful beauties and my wonderful lovelies. A pleasant morning to you. Let me make this disclaimer. The G on this ring is a Guess brand ring. Nothing more. Not a part of any cultic group, please. All right, beautiful people. Now, when you read the story of Samson, sometimes, I will ask God some questions as to why. This was a good man, a very strong man. We would call him the Hercules of that day. He was Hercules in terms of his strength. There was a particular battle that he engaged in, and he alone killed over 1,000 men, with just whatever he had in his hand, weapon, and he slayed them. He slayed them, because of his strength and that anointing that God had granted him. But Samson was just physically strong. He was not emotionally strong. His emotional intelligence was possibly below 100, and emotional intelligence, not in terms of IQ, really. Probably because sometimes if you link the two, they would interconnect. But more so in terms of knowing when somebody is for him and knowing when somebody is not for him. Now, you had Delilah, who was really like a Jezebel, very seductive and very slick. And she pressured him over and over, tell me your strength. And when he would just trick her, she would get upset because her henchmen sent her to find out his strength so that they could annihilate him, so that they can, take that from him. And eventually he caved in. He didn't realize her plot because his organ, that particular organ spoke loud. It spoke louder than this organ up here. And he gave in. And he ended up losing his eyesight. They plucked out his eyes, basically. Cut his hair. That's where his strength was, in his hair. Because he was foolish. So sometimes when you see calamity hitting people, it's not necessarily because they are wicked, It's because they were foolish. So my beautiful people, this goes for both men and women. We have to let us leave the past alone, because none of us are perfect, and all of us have made mistakes. All of us have sinned and come short of God's glory. We have all done wrong, and we will continue to make mistakes because of this flesh. It will rise up every now and then. But I want us to train ourselves emotionally, develop self-control and emotional intelligence. Ask God for discernment. Know when somebody's for you and when they're not. And when you see somebody questioning you about something, that something is off, go with your intuition, as they would say. Go with that discerning feeling. Because being foolish can cost you the same way as being wicked and evil and diabolical and heinous. A word to the wise is sufficient. I say this to you as I say to myself. Follow me on TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube channel.